Okay, let me get my. Okay, here we go. This is our going to be grade 11 review. Is going to be our title today. Okay, Brent, what I think I'm going to do today, just to start, is just ask the volunteers. If it gets low and nobody raises their hand, then I'll go back to study. Okay, we won't give people a chance. If they remember, they don't remember, yes. No, the problem, I like to, theoretically, but time constraint, that's all right. Promises. Oh, he's here. He doesn't want to hear, so yeah. Oh, he's there with my class. Not yet. I got lots of empty seats actually with the other song. Anyway, he wants to. Oh, really? Oh, all right. All right, he's on his way down. Okay, here we go. So the question was, before Mr. Chase on was kind enough to call, am I checking notebooks here? No, I'm not going to check notebooks this year now. Here we go. So we're going to start with functions. Can someone please remember what makes an equation functions? I don't remember from last year. Now, I hope that you do, because last year's course was called functions. I don't know if you knew that. Foxton, do you know what the answer is, please?
I think it's when you have your exponents too.
Good. Yes. That
domain and a range.
Yes. Good. There's more though. That's good. So he said. I said yes. Good. He said when the exponent's 2, yes. When something has an exponent to it, is a function. He also said when there's a domain and range, that's related to it, but not quite. Yes.
And there's only one y value.
Good. Okay. A function has only one y value. For each x value. Now this is a very important concept. If you remember, last year our course was called functions. This year it's called advanced functions. So this is a big deal. So an example of something that is a function, Foxton is exactly right. X squared is a function. At least you can just do a quick little rough graph. That's enough. So there's my graph of x squared. It's very happy. Why is that one a function? Go ahead. Vertical line test, very good. So no matter where you go along this graph, if let's say I pick this point right here, it only hits once, right? All the way along that graph, if x is 2, if x is 10 billion, there's only one y value. Can someone describe a graph that would not be a function? Sorry, go ahead. Circle is a good example, okay? So this is something that's not a function. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle. And this, if you know the equation, then remember the equation of a circle for grade 9.
X squared plus y squared.
Very good. Okay, so what happens is here, I'm going to pick a point, let's call it right here. When I go across again, there's going to be a second value, okay? Actually, all the way, every point on a circle except for the left and right corner. That's going to be. Is this coming back to anybody? Yes? Well, some people it is. Okay, good. Now, Foxton, I love saying your name. That's why I'm just saying it so much today, okay? Foxton talked about domain and range. Can somebody tell me, please, what domain is and what range is, please? Oh, we got 2 hand raised. Somebody else new. Somebody new, please. Yeah, go ahead.
There's domain value equations for all x values.
Very good.
Range.
Domain is the set of all possible. It's a little different terminology. You're exactly right. The domain is the set of all possible x values. And the range is the set of all possible y values. So what I used to do last year, and I'll do again this year, is domain and range you'll need for every graph. Okay, every time we graph something, we'll have the domain and range. When else did we have to do something with the domain? Does anyone remember? Yeah, go ahead.
Don't you have to define, there's something?
Define something, I need more.
The starting, the ending.
Yeah, starting and ending, right, so if it's an in-between, very good. So let's say if we do an example here. If you do an example here, let's say I take the domain and range. And I'm going to start with a nice easy one. That's a straight line, that's going to be the point -2, 4, and this is going to be 3, 0. Let's do it in English first, and then we'll do the set notation. Okay, in English, what does domain mean again? If you don't know, look at the top of the board. What's the possible domain? It's in English. What does it mean? Possible x values. So can somebody tell me where the x values go on that graph, from what to what? Go ahead.
Is that a -2?
Naturally. I thought you actually had a real answer for me, though. It's like the time I was excited last year. I shouldn't embarrass him. I can't remember who it was. No, it was somebody last year, and I'm like, and they raised their hand. I'm like, oh yes, great. And they go, can I go to the washroom? And I'm like, oh, okay, that was their time. Anyway, what's the possible x values here? Go ahead.
X has to be 1 and -2, but less than 3.
Good. I'm going to put in equals though, right? Because they can be that value too. So my domain.
X is around there.
Yeah, good. So my domain is, I'm going to write it in English and in the different ways. You can write that in this class in these 2 ways. And here's the new way. And I won't do the new way, I'll start it like that. I'll talk about the new way tomorrow. Okay? So does that look the same way Mr. Walsh did it last year? Similar to that? Okay. So what that means is x is in the middle of -2 and +3. And x is a real number. Can someone remember from last year what a real number means? Foxton, go ahead.
It's a number that is, like, I can tell you what a non-real number is.
Okay, good. Start with that. Go ahead.
So, like, there's no square root of a negative number. That's
Good.
not real.
Good. Okay. Let's go with Israel though, okay? So what a real number is, all it means is decimals work, okay? That's all, just the simple numbers of decimals work. So on a graph, this is going to be a real number on a graph because every single decimal from -2 to +3 has a value. That's what it means. Using that information, can somebody tell me what the range is? Somebody new, please. There's not raising their hand today. Be brave, please. Yeah, oh good, there we go. Good. Great. And I'll write it for you. Okay. Now, no one's going to raise their hand, so if I get everyone to close their eyes for a second, put your heads on your desk. I'm not kidding with this, too. Just for 1 second. Stop writing and just close your eyes, put your heads on your desk for 1 second. Who does that, who, raise your hand if that does not look familiar on the right-hand board. Okay, good. Everyone can look up then, okay? So I just want to make sure stuff like this is crystal clear. I'm going to hit pause in the video, then I'm going to move on and give you guys one to try.